Okay, this paint texture that we're going to be doing is called the pouring method. So I'm going to call you back at groups at a time to do the pouring. First thing you're going to do is you're going to write your name on the back of this paper. Then you're going to use the tape that I provide to dry stretch this. So I'm going to turn this over so my name is on the back. And now I'm going to take this masking tape and I want to cover just the smallest edge of my paper where it's a nice straight line. This is called dry stretching. So the reason we dry stretch is when you paint on paper, it's going to make it wrinkle, but when you tape it down on all four sides, it will dry flat. So also where the tape is attaching to the paper, you're not going to have any paint appear. So this is going to make a white frame around your artwork. So that's also why you want your taping to be nice and even along that edge. Then you're going to use your Sharpie and you're going to write your name on the masking tape so that I know whose project is whose. Okay, step one. Before you paint is you're going to use a water sprayer and you're going to spray your paper. You want water covering the entire paper, and I like to kind of step back and look at it, kind of squat down closer to my table to look at, I should see water puddling on the surface. This is what's going to make the paints move and start to act like tie-dye. So you want to work with color schemes that look good together, like analogous colors, because where the paints are going to mix, you're going to get pleasing colors. So you might consider how you colored in your shoes, the color schemes you used for your shoes, to use a background color that's gonna complement or look good with the way you drew your shoes. So I think I'm gonna do a cool background with mine. So these bottles are filled with watered down tempera paint. As long as my water is still wet on the surface, which I'm going to spray it again because I've been talking too long, all I do is slowly tip the bottle. I don't squeeze the bottle, and I just let the paint kind of go where it's going to go. Then I'm going to get my next color, and I'm just going to do small dots of paint. And maybe I do just a little bit of green in the edges. Now I don't want the green to touch too much with the purple because green and purple are going to kind of turn it to mud. All right, now I can leave it like this if I want it to stay like this. And then what we do is we put wax paper over the top of it, which gives it another just a little bit of texture. Or you can put texture items onto the surface. So like this bubble wrap. If I'm going to use a bubble wrap, I need to turn it so the bubbly side is going to touch my paint. And I'm leaving this on there to dry overnight. So maybe I want this sort of texture piece. And I'm considering putting my textures on the edges because my shoe's going to be in the center. So this might be more where I have my textures off to the side. And then when you are done, what we end up doing is putting that wax paper on the surface. So I'm going to do a little bit there. Okay. Then what I do is I take wax paper and I press this wax paper into it, and then we just end up stacking all of our projects one on top of the other, so it's weighted down to make it dry flatter, and then I will be passing these back to you the next class period.